Good morning. Parrish Tater here with Ocala Car Audio, and we just got a shipment of some of our Audio Legion products in. Want to take a couple moments and go over it with you and show you some of what Audio Legion is. Audio Legion is headed up by a friend of mine down at the Tampa market, and they're doing a bunch of pro audio and high SPL products. They're doing the SPL speakers, or the pro audio speakers, pro audio tweeters, and a line of amplifiers that we're using as well. So just kind of want to take a moment and show you some of them. Some of you guys may know what pro audio is, some of you may not know. In a car, generally we're going to use what's called a near field driver. That's where our JLs and some of the other products come in, the Sonys. They're really designed to be able to listen to in a close environment. And they're going to sound really good and do what they need. Well, pro audio is more of a far field driver. They're designed to, when you get a little bit farther away from them, that's when they really start to sound great. They're actually designed for concert events, different things like that, so that they're going to give you good loud volume from a distance away. Well, in today's world, a lot of the cars out there are using them as mobile sound shows. So on the Harleys, a lot of times when we're out under the wind, we want something that's going to be loud and piercing and cut through the wind noise and other things like that. And pro audios are a good, solid alternative for that. So some of the things that you're going to see that are different is we're usually going to be using paper cones with foam surround, or paper surrounds, or cloth surrounds. What's kind of nice about them is most of the pro audio speakers that you're going to see us offer are actually going to have marinized coating on them because they're designed to be used outside in a concert environment. So it makes it kind of nice. And then on the amplifiers, they're not a small footprint, they're a good size footprint. Plenty of heat sink to help the amplifiers run cool. And then you got a couple of the different tweeters that I've got sitting here for you. Big difference between the two different tweeters here is obviously you see the mounting. This one's going to be significantly louder. It's got a higher SPL rating than this one does, but this one's going to fit in areas where this one might, and this one's going to hit some price points that this one won't. One cool thing about most of the pro audio speakers is I can actually take this speaker apart, take the screws apart, and replace the diaphragm in there. Pro audio speakers are designed to be abused and beat on, so they really don't do much of a warranty. So replacement parts, they're field serviceable on their tweeters, so you can take care of those. What's kind of nice is I've got a set of these that are on my Harley, my Street Glide, where the gauges were, and I actually had Claudio over at Paintworks. I took it apart, took it over, and he painted the inner cone, the phase cone on it, the conical piece here, as far as the ring, so when it goes into the fairing, it's painted as a custom look to go with it. And that's one of the things you can do with a pro audio speaker that we cannot do with some of the conventional speakers. So on the Alt 08s from Audio Legion, I've been listening to them on my bike for a while, and they seem to do really a great job. And then the Alt 28Bs, we've done several sets of these for a bunch of different people. Worked out extremely well. And so those are just some alternative tweeter setups, and you see they've got little crossover set capacitors, which is basically a 6 dB crossover to help keep some of the bass away, so you can improve the life expectancy of these. You really do not want to install them without the capacitor unless you're doing a full active system. And I'll get into that here in a couple minutes, but this helps protect the tweeter. And even when you're running full active, sometimes it's not a bad idea to go ahead and still use that just as a safety device. So on the 6-inch speakers, we're looking at, or on the pro audio speakers, we're looking at a variety of a couple different ones. These two speakers, this third one, all 6.5-inch speakers. All of them have what's called a phase plug in the middle of them to help send the sound in the direction that it needs to. We're going to be a little higher power handling on a speaker like this one. We're 200 watts RMS on this, where one like this one here is only going to be about 100 RMS. So there's this price point difference. Now, one of the things you're going to find in a lot of the cases is, yes, we have them in both price points, but man, this is pretty deep. It's not going to fit where I want to put it. So that's when we get into some of the Neos. This has a neodymium magnet on the back, so it's still got really good properties to it to control the speaker and help pull some of the heat away from the voice coil. But it's much shallower, so it'll fit in a door panel or some of the other areas in a much easier fashion. And they also make a bunch of the 8-inch subs, or not subs, but pro audios. So I had a set of these in the saddlebag lids of my bike for quite a while. They were beat up by the sun and got rained on quite a bit, and they held up extremely well. We just remodeled the bike, so they're not on there anymore. But so when you're looking for an 8-inch, you've got them in the Neos as well. Help keep some of the weight down. And that's one of the benefits of if you're going to put 4, 6, or 8 of these in a door. the weight of one of these, I can pick up almost 3 of these for the price or weight of this, so it helps dissipate the heat, or weight, sorry about that. And now here is one of the new 4-channel amps from Audio Legion that I went ahead and got in. It's got 60 amps of fusing, quick connects on, or easy set terminals on this. But one of the things that I really do like about this is, first, whenever you're looking at the RCA plugs, they're bolted in. They're bolted on the front and on the back. But the primary thing is when you're running pro audios, I talked about full active. Sometimes you want to go with a real simple setup and you don't want to have a bunch of other boxes and things like this, because that's all something that has possibility of going bad at some point. On this one here, you actually got a bandpass settings on channels 3 and 4 that will allow me to run this on the mid-range that I have here, take the bass away from them, take the high frequencies away from them, and then I can also run the tweeters up to 5K on this. So when I'm running this, I can run these on the front channels 1 and 2, run these on channels 3 and 4 on a full system on this and be okay. And then if you're not running bass, you can adjust the crossover to where you want to. But then if you are running a bass on a separate amplifier, you don't have to worry about all the outboard crossovers. So the Audio Legions have done a great job at looking at what the market's really doing and where it's heading and the things that it's looking for. So with the Pro Audios, the 4-channel amps, and they've got, I think, up to a 6,500 or 8,000 watt amplifier as well. They got their Emperor series subs that'll handle crazy amounts of power if you wanted to. So once again, this is Parrish with Ocala Car Audio, just taking a quick look at some of the Audio Legion products and showing you what they are, talking to you a little bit about Pro Audio and the differences. If you got any questions, feel free to stop by. We're right downtown. We'd be happy to help you out at any time. Thanks. Have a great day.